Good morning, children. Hope you all are well. Children, this is a part 3 of chapter pollution, chapter number 16. In my last video, I have already discussed what are types of pollutions. Okay, I have discussed about air pollution and water pollution. Okay, today I will discuss the rest 3: soil, radiation, and noise pollution. So, as we all know, pollutant causes the pollution. Okay, and I told you there are two sources of pollution, of air pollution: natural sources and man-made sources. Okay, how to control the air pollution now? So we can control by using the efficient engines. We can control by using the good quality of automobile fuels. Okay, we can use the lead free petrol, and we can use more and more CNGs, compressed natural gas vehicles. Okay, which do not pollute our environment. Now children, there are other methods, means for example, from the chimneys, as we all know that from the industrial chimneys, air pollution, our air get polluted. So we should put any few devices, okay, to control that or to filter that pollutants from that smoke or that air. Okay, so we are using in terms to control the devices of particular contaminants. We are using gravitational settings, cyclone separators, fabric filters, electrostatic precipitator, wet collectors, scrubbers. Children, in the class 9 I have explained you these D&E, electrostatic, in the waste chapter, electrostatic precipitator and scrubbers. Okay, so these are the method through which spray tower, venturi scrubber, cyclonic scrubber, we can remove the particulate matter or gaseous pollutant from the gas. Okay, impure gas, we can purify the gas basically. Same way, control devices for gaseous contaminants. Okay, so gaseous pollutant also we can use wet absorption method, which can absorb the pollutant, and dry absorbent method. Okay, fabric and all. So remember this picture, this is a picture, you can see this is a picture of scrubber. Okay, this is the scrubber device. So what is the use of this? So it is used to remove the gaseous and particulate air pollutants. Okay, pollutants that is present in the air is easily removed by this device. So here you can say, here from the one end we will send the contaminated air. Okay, and here you can see the packaging material, which is made up of dry or wet packaging material. You can see blue and this black one. Okay, so what happened when we pass the air, okay, or when we pass the air, dirty air, contaminated air, okay, all the pollutant traps inside this packaging bag, and we will get the clean air from which we can collect from the other end of the scrubber. So like this, so all the pollutant will get packed inside the packaging bag. Okay, so it will act as a, you can say that it will act as a filters. Okay, so same way this next one is electrostatic precipitator, which is having the plates. Okay, remember they are having the charged plates, so they work on the basis of electricity. Okay, so that's why it is called electrostatic precipitator. Okay, now children, what is going on in this process, what is happening in this process? The dirty air containing particulates is passed through the chambers. You can see chambers containing electrical charge plates. As you can see, these charge plates are electrically charged, means they are having the electrodes, positive, negative electrodes. Okay, and when they pass through the charge plate of the precipitator, they get collected on the plate. So on the plate only, this you can see here it is written collecting plate support. So here on the plate only, all the pollutant based on the charges, as you know, opposite charge attract each other. Okay, so the same way, based on the different charges, positive and negative charges, all the pollutants will get attached or just you can say the fixed inside the plate. Okay, so the clean gas we will get from the other outlet. Okay, so children, this method is very efficient because it can remove up to 90% of the particulate matter from thermal plants. Okay, remember what is thermal plant? I have explained you in my last video that thermal plants are the plant through which they are used to generate electricity. Okay, so these two are very good methods. Okay, now next one, I already explained you water pollution. These five are the sources of water pollution. Okay, main sources of water pollution. So how to control the water pollution? Main thing, we have to stabilize the ecosystem. Okay, ecosystem means we have to check that whether our water bodies are contaminated or not, or we have to find out the physical methods to clean them. Okay, next is using water hyacinth. So water hyacinth is basically a aquatic plant which automatically absorbs the water pollutant. So we should plant water hyacinth into the water body, in the seas, in the ocean, in the ponds, so that it can remove the water pollutants. Now we can use the chemical methods also. So through the ion exchange, as I told you in that gaseous exchange, opposite charges attract each other. The same way, ion exchange also, reverse osmosis, precipitation, coagulation, these all are the chemical methods through which we can remove the water pollution. Now cooling methods also. Now we can recycle it, renovation it, recharge it, reuse it of wastewater. So these all are the physical methods. Okay, and these are the chemical methods. Now children, today I will explain you about soil pollution. So the same way, what is soil pollution? So the same definition we can give, that any change in the quality of the soil causes soil pollution. Okay, and the all the and it all the pollutants, all the waste, when we add to the soil, or you can say the land, okay, it will create all the contaminated one. It will create what? It will create the soil pollution, which makes our soil barren, which makes our soil infertile. Okay, so that it is crops are not able to produce good crops, we will not get it. Okay, so here are also some sources. First one is the very dangerous one, and the same one, industrial waste. Industries not only produce the air pollutants or water pollutants, they are just generating lots of solid waste also. So when we will dump these solid waste into the land in the form of, these can be in the form of chemical residues, fly ashes, metallic ashes, etc. So what will happen? It will directly, indirectly just harm the soil. Okay, so soil will become polluted. Now next, second source is urban and commercial and domestic waste. You can see, so the cities and the towns, they are having lots of different varieties of market. Okay, we have market for food grains, we have the fruits and vegetable market near our Ghaziabad only. Okay, we have the lots of banquets hall, restaurant, tailor shop, different kinds of shops we have. Okay, and all are generating, even for our houses, we are generating lots of solid waste. So from all these areas, it is generating lots of solid waste. Okay, from our kitchen waste, paper packaging, glass, water bag, plastic, all these generate the solid waste. And if we will collect it, and if it should be collected and dumped for proper disposal. Okay, then only we can control, for example, we can convert it and we can control these pollution also. Okay, as you know, from the vegetable waste we can easily make the manure and compost. Okay, with the dry leaves and all. And rest of the waste, or you can say the non biodegradable waste, we should dump into the sanitary landfills. Sanitary landfills definition is given. Sanitary landfills are the places, or the landfills, dump land, you can say, where we are just dumping the waste in a ground depression and convert with dirt every day. So we are making the pitch, we are dumping the waste, then we are covering with the soil so that we can decompose it. Okay, now, or we can landfill it. Now children, we have here only near the phase 3 near the Khoda, we have the dumping landfill. Okay, so we all know what is dumping landfill. Now third next source is chemical fertilizers. So as you know, chemical fertilizers also very farmers are using in the forms of nitrates, phosphates and ammonium salts. Why they are using? So that they will get the good yield and fast yield. Okay, it increase the crop yield, but due to their excess use of everything or anything is very harmful. Okay, so if they will use excess chemical fertilizer, it will what will happen, it will decrease the fertility of the soil. Okay, and these fertilizers are slowly washed away by the rainwater, and they mix with the lakes and ponds also, and this leads to increase the growth of the bacteria also, and which consume a lot of oxygen. So it just take the it deficient the oxygen level from the lakes or from the ponds, and eventually what will happen, it will leads to death of the fish and other water animals also. Okay, so due to the in the condition of deficiency of oxygen, the fishes and other water animal will die. Next one is very harmful or hazardous waste, which is biomedical waste. Okay, so all the needles, syringes, dirty dressings, so hospitals are also generating lots of waste, solid waste also, medicines also, different types of syrups also, injections also, so unused and discarded medicinal tablets, powders. So what municipal corporation should do, they should also treat this biomedical waste very safely. Okay, they should use the incineration method, they should burn it directly. Okay, they should not mix with the normal waste that we are generating. Okay, so they should use a special technique or method for disposing these types of waste, so that what will happen, so that to save the soil organism or to human organism. Because you know, some people they are just carelessly they are disposing these garbage or these hospital waste into the simply in the land. Okay, on the soil only, so it harms the soil life, because so many microorganisms are also there in the soil, and humans also directly or indirectly they can harm us also. Next one is pesticides. You know children, pesticides I have already explained you in water pollution also. So the very important is DDT. Remember the name, dichloro diphenyl trichloroethane. Okay, so as we all know, the pesticide is a chemical which is used in agriculture to destroy the pest. Okay, so basically it alters the basic structure of soil and it kills microorganism. Okay, so when we will use the excess pesticides, then what will happen, that pesticide will harm the crop also. It will infused or it will infused inside the crops also, and when we eat the crops or when we will eat the food, then it will go inside into our body also, and it harms our organs also. Okay, so all these pesticides are also very harmful. Okay, now next is radiation. Okay, so next is the radiation. Now what is radiation? You can see this man, it is suffered from cobalt 60 radiation. Okay, from in the Delhi, as you can see here in the Mayapuri, in 2010 Mayapuri, there is a radioactive material that is carelessly discharged. Okay, or it damaged the so many people died due to this. Okay, so all this radioactive waste from any research center, it reached to the kabadi walas, and they exposed other people and they have died also. So you can see the picture of this man. This is a Delhi resident. Okay, he also got suffered from nuclear this cobalt 16 radiation. Okay, and he kept 60 pencil in his back pocket, so he suffered burns and all over the body. You can see the mark we can see here. Okay, Another one is this chief radiation pollutant, which is iodine 131. So this is also very dangerous, iodine 131. Remember the name of the cobalt 60 and 131. Okay, so it is a chief pollution, and it risks the thyroid cancer. Okay, so whenever these radiations, when they leaked into the sea or even the humans, they reach through seafood also, when we will consume the seafood also. Okay, so now children, what is radiation? You can see the effects. Now what is radiation? So radiation is a form of energy, okay, which is consisting of a high energy particle. It is used extensively in the field of medicine. So in the medicine field, you know, we are using x-rays for internal structure. For knowing the internal structure, we are going to external x-rays and all. Okay, or for generating electricity also, we are using nuclear power plant. Okay, nuclear power plant also just generating electricity, they are using the radiations. Okay, so these x-rays, they are just contain the photons, but they are very severe, they damage the body cells. Okay, so there has x-rays, their exposure, their frequent and high exposure can even cause, it can cause our DNA, or it can bring the genetic variation into our DNA. It can cause even bone cancer also. So it is very risky. Alright children, so next is noise pollution. So noise is, what is noise? A loud sound is a noise. Okay, so it is written also, noise is defined as any unpleasant or a loud undesired sound interfering with one's hearing and concentration, and the pollution caused due to noise is called noise pollution. Okay, so a loud sound that we don't like, okay, that irritates us, is called noise pollution. Okay, so what are the sources of noise pollution? So noise pollution sources are industrial machines, workshops where these small industries are there, trains also, automobiles also, jet aircraft landing and taking off, they are making lots of sound, loudspeakers, radio, televisions, musical bands in public places. Okay, wherever we go, you know, all the time we don't like music also, so that is also sometimes even the music has comes under the source of noise pollution. Okay, so how can we, what are the harmful effects of noise pollution? So you can see the picture here. Okay, so first one is, it interferes in communication. Okay, sometimes we want peace of mind, we don't want to we don't like that people screaming, people yelling, people just talking in a loud sound. Okay, so sometimes we don't like, so it interferes our communication also. In communication, it interferes concentration. So you know, we can in that loud sound or in this disturbing environment, we are unable to focus. Okay, we cannot concentrate our thought. Okay, during exam time, if you are getting disturbed by the television or any sound, so you are not focusing at that time. Okay, you will not able to focus. Now it lowers the efficiency of our work. Okay, so we are not able to do the work properly with full focus. Okay, now it disturbs our sleep also, and it leads to nervous irritability. I told you it brings irritations. Okay, even we started shouting on others, why you are shouting and all. Now a sudden loud sound can damage our eardrum. Okay, and prolonged noise can lead to deafness also. It can makes us deaf also. Now even you can see the aircraft, whenever they land or whenever they take off from the airport, the birds are also natural living being. Okay, so just they also get disturbed, the birds life get disturbed by aircraft landing and take off. So what is the measure, how can we minimize the noise pollution, how can we control the noise pollution? So first point, you can see, we should not blow the horn unnecessary. All right, we should prohibit it, we should stop honking. Second one is restrict. We should not use loudspeakers, especially during night. During night, okay, so many people, they are having different types of their prayers, and they are worshipping, so they are using the loudspeakers. So they should not disturb others, okay, because directly indirectly what they are doing, they are disturbing the other people life also. Now we should plant more trees by roadside and in the divider side, okay. Why? Because as you know, in the class 5, you know that what is it reduce the noise reaching to our ears. So plants are very good ways, because they absorb the noise, okay. So they absorb, reduce the noise by absorbing, okay. Now the last one is not to burn firecrackers. So you all know why not to burn firecrackers, because their loud sound, because they cause the air pollution first, okay. They release huge amount of lot of smokes, okay. And the secondly, their sound, they are just causing noise pollution, so we should take care. So children, please remember at least four points of what are the sources, okay. At least 4 sources of the air of the different types of pollution, their effects, and how we control it, how we minimize noise pollution, okay. So children, I have explained you today's control measures. So how to control the air pollution, how to control the water pollution, what is soil pollution, their sources, how to and how to control the soil pollution. We should take care of, we should not dump the waste material here and there, okay. And we should treat the waste, okay. Next is radiation. So radiation is very hazardous, so we should take care. All these thermal power plants are already, we should take care, we should do the maintenance, proper maintenance, so that we should avoid leakage of such radiators, okay. Now noise pollution also, all you can say how to control these all by following all these 4 measures, we can control the noise pollution. So children, please read the chapter, okay. Thank you and have a nice day, and God bless you all children. Bye.